pointing out, they're only using 3 straps. That's an amazing operation they're doing right now. The company that does this, by the way, that also pulled the Pat bus out of the sinkhole in downtown, they know what they're doing. This is not their first, rodeo of taking buses out of deep places where they shouldn't be. But you're right, Lisa. This is just a stunning sight to see that double bus.
I'm sure they're going to want to see. They're going to try to keep it as intact as it is right now. But it's a slow-going process. Watching them, and this is an amazing feat of engineering to be able to to make sure that it was secured and strapped on, then to lift it up, then to swing it over, and now it looks like they are very delicately, perhaps moving it to place it down at this point.
And I have to wonder, the bus, it fell down into a ravine on a collapsed bridge, but it looks pretty much intact. I wonder if this thing can be used again. I don't know. They're going to examine that, I'm sure. But here we are again live at Frick Park, Forbes Avenue near Braddock, where they are lifting that double bus, that Pat bus, out of the ravine of Frick Park and presumably putting it on Forbes Avenue. And they've got, 2 or 3 more cars down there to get after this, Lisa, as well.
Now, Gabriella, are you still with us? Are you still with us? I know that you interviewed the bus driver, Daryl Luciani. He described it. Maybe if you go through that again. That he something was going on. He could actually feel the bus starting to shake and sort of throttle as the bridge was giving way.
Yes, that's exactly how he described it. He told me he has driven over this bridge hundreds of times in his career. That particular morning, he says that he could just feel the bridge all out here to see this. People are saying this sort of thing just doesn't happen. And I have to say, seeing it in person here really is quite a sight. It's been a very slow process from about 3:30 this afternoon to now. But and to be honest with you, after having that conversation with the bus driver Daryl on Friday, I almost wanted to FaceTime him and say, Daryl, look at your bus. They are lifting it up into the air and going to put it down. I can't imagine how he's feeling if he's watching this live right now. What an emotional journey for him. He told sure that people have a safe spot to view this. So all of these people who are here wanted to make that half-mile walk down and then the other half-mile upwards to get back. And I can tell you it's a pretty steep hill. When River and I heard this was happening, we really rushed down the hill to get here, and it was probably about quite a walk. But yeah, you are not permitted to bring your car down to this area. People are actually lined up. I'm walking over now on the trail into Frick Park, standing in the snow so they can just see the moment. And I gotta tell you, everyone has their cell phones out. People have professional cameras out here. People are recording. This is a big moment after this, awful event that happened on Friday, and a miracle that no one was injured. Just to see this bus up in the air like that, it's true. It is quite a moment for Pittsburgh. Honestly, at the sinkhole, we have this information to live up, and it's quite a sight to see.
Hats off to the cleaning company. They are making amazing. They're on such delicate work here, and it looks like they're getting closer and closer to wheels down. I don't think that they're putting the wheels down as a case of a bus, but we are almost at wheels down. It looks like the rear part of that bus is going to land first, and then they will, I guess, very gingerly get the front end of that bus. But again, I think all things considered, you have a bridge that gives way underneath this bus, and it is still pretty much intact in one piece, and they are moving it in one piece as well.
And to never see again.
That moment,
right there.
Right, that moment when it was just sort of hovering, when it was lifted and then just sort of suspended in the air, really is something to behold and to see. And I'm not surprised that they have quite the crowd gathered, and that they anticipated that they would have a crowd gathered, so much so that they have an observation deck, an observation viewing area. Right, just for everybody's sake, for everybody's safety, having a designated area, knowing and understanding that there are going to be people are going to want to come out and they're going to want to watch this thing happen, being pulled out. And so they had the foresight to think about this and to actually have an observation deck where people can safely watch what's going on, including the news media as well. And here we are. We're getting closer and closer. Wheels down. Bus 3309 about to be on solid ground at any moment right now.
It is something to see.
And I mentioned this a little bit earlier when this crane company got the bus out of the sinkhole in downtown Pittsburgh. That cost the city $88,000. So we can only imagine what the price tag is going to be for this one. And the bus is almost wheels down.
Yeah, it looks like it's settled down, doesn't it, Gabrielle?
Yeah, what are you seeing and hearing right now?
I would say it looks down from what we can see. From what I am seeing in front of me, you can see that there are a number of engineers that are headed over to the bus to almost inspect it, look at it, make sure